Hello, this is Group 11 and we are here to present a certificate issuance and verification system. My name is Emmanuel Ramza and I'd like to introduce my group members.
Hi, I'm Nafisana.
Benjamin Akwete.
I am Michael
Amaglo Andrews.
Research has shown that the traditional way of issuing certificates has numerous flaws, and these are some of the problems our system is designed to combat or to solve. Some problems we face using the traditional method of using certificates is that employers have had to spend significant amount of money to check the validity of a certificate given to them during job interviews. Students also go from office to office, spending their entire day to receive clearance from various authorities before certificate is issued to them.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about the problems our system will solve. First, it's going to stop the traditional way of issuing certificates, that is going from the school to the house or from the house to the school to come for a certificate. Second, it's also going to reduce the cost of generating certificates. The next one will also be generating mass amounts of certificates in a short period of time. And then the third one is, since it's going to be a soft copy, it will be easier to move around and then it will be easier to take care of. Okay, another benefit is that it's going to allow companies to check the legitimacy of certificates issued.
So for the security features of our project, we are going to have the OTP, which is the one-time password, the QR code, and then the ID generation feature. For the ID generation feature, it's going to be an auto-generation one that's for certificate issuance, and then also a field where you can verify if the ID on the certificate is genuine. Why do we have these features? We have that so that it would solve the issue of fraudsters or people trying to submit fake copies of certificates to institutions to get a job or any other issue. So that's basically why we have these features on our system.
Hello everyone. Okay, so for this part, we have our ER diagrams and we'll start with our first normalization. For our first normalization for the certificate issuance and verification system, we have the user. We have our user here, and the user has a primary key, which is the user ID, and the user has fields which are the name, email, contact, date of birth. You also come to the institution and our institution, which is another entity, and you also have the primary key, which is the institution ID, and the name, the email, and contact, which is also our fields in there. And we also come to our next entity, which is the certificate. So for our certificate, we have the primary key also called certificate ID, and we have the certificate type, which is a field, the QR code, and the certificate issue. Normalization, what you are doing is to reduce duplications. So we are comparing the institution slash the user. So as you can see here, we have a primary key, which is the institution ID. You also have a foreign key, which is the user ID. Foreign key, which is the user ID. You have the primary key, certificate ID, and the certificate type also here, the QR code, and the certificate date. To remove redundancies from our database. Okay. So we move to our ER diagram itself, as you can see here. Yes. So this is our final normalization for all the certificate issuance system. So you can see we have the user entity here, and that's the user ID, the name, email, contact, and also the date of birth. We also have the institution. We also have a certificate ID, which is a primary key in the certificate entity table. And finally, we have the verification. In our verification, we have a primary key, which is the verification ID, a foreign key, which is a user ID, a foreign key again, which is the institution ID, and a foreign key, which is the certificate ID.
By linking the user to the certificate, this link here, the simple meaning is that one, no user or a lot of users can have no certificate or a lot of certificates. Okay. The link here means a lot of users or no user can belong to only one institution. Linking the institution to the verification, one institution can have no verification or can verify a lot of the certificates. And in here,
no certificate or a lot of certificates can be verified at the same time. All right, thank you. Hi, this is a short tutorial on our certificate verification and issuance software. So when you visit our website, you are first presented with a home page. Okay, so you can decide to create an account if you don't have an account already, or login. Okay, so if I click on create an account, okay, so I can start creating an account by entering my full name, my email, my password, confirm the password, and then sign up. Okay, so with the password, you are supposed to enter a password that contains at least 8 characters, and the password shouldn't be similar to your personal information, like your name or maybe your surname or something. Okay, so since I already have an account as an admin account, I can just click on login, and then I can start logging in. Okay, so if I click on login, I'm presented with this home page. Okay, so with the home page, I can start issuing a certificate to someone by clicking on issue certificate, which is found on my left hand side. Okay, so after clicking on issue certificate, we browse for our CSV file. The CSV file is a comma separated file, which works like an Excel file. Okay, so this contains the name of the person whose certificate is being issued, the email of that person, and also the name of the organization where the certificate is being issued from. Okay, so then we also click on the browse for the template. The template simply contains the certificate that is being issued. Okay, so let's start by uploading our CSV file. So, and then let's upload our template. All right, so I enter the name of the event. Let's say the name of the event is programming. All right, so I click next here, and then okay, so after clicking next, we are presented with this. Okay, so this is how the certificate looks like. The template we just uploaded, this is how it looks like. So it's an award certificate presented to, then the full name is being placed here. So this full name is a placeholder for the CSV file where we entered our full name, and then this is the dates, and this is an ID. All right, so we move on by entering the topic. The topic part just describe what type of this one programming language you are being awarded in. So since that place replace the placeholder, we can just click on it and choose text, because we use text to replace it. All right, so we enter it. They say which particular programming language are we talking about. So if you are talking about Java, I'll enter Java here, but we move to the ID part. With the ID part, the ID will show us how secure the certificate is, whether it's genuine or it's not genuine. Okay, so we choose the ID button, click on auto generate, since the ID will be generated to us automatically. So here I use alphabets and numbers so that it can easily be automatically generated to us. All right, so we come to the name part, and since the name was already in our CSV file, we maintain the CSV here. Okay, then we choose name over here. Okay, so we scroll down, and then to the email part, we choose email where we want it to be sent to. So the email, and then the subject of the email. The subject of the email can be set, just certificate. Okay, so then the body, we can write anything. We can just write your email, your certificate. Okay, so let's say your set. Let's make it simple, your set, and then we click on generate and send certificate. All right, so with this side, you are supposed to wait a little for it to be generated for you. All right, as you can see here, the certificate is sent successfully, and then the status here is stated as sent and sent. Okay, so thank you very much.
Hello guys, so I'm Michael and I'm taking you through the back end of our program. Okay, so let's start. So we used Python for this project, and to be specific, we use a framework in Python called Django. Yes, so As you can see here, there's our backend, and you can see my mouse pointer pointing on certificate, and this certificate is our user, it's one of our users. And so as you can see here in Django, we have, when I click on the user, which is the certificate, this side, the convert.py. Okay, so in this file we have, you can see some codes written in here. And okay, so also I come to the model. So for our certificate user, we have a model, and in Django, models represent our database. Okay, so we use classes in building our models. So there's a class, the class event, which is our event which my brother showed you earlier in our application. Okay, so there's our database. We created an entity which is the user. We have the event name and other entities over there. Okay, so let's move on. And as you can see, the next one is the certificate generator, which I've clicked on, and that one is our main Django project, and it contains things that we will not need to bother ourselves with right now. But one thing that we'll have to look at is the settings.py, and in our settings.py, that's where a lot of things goes on. So anytime we create a user or an app, we come here to register the app. So you can see I spoke about certificates, and it's registered here. I spoke about the user, it's also here. So that's what you come here to do. Okay, so that's it for this side. Okay, so now we come to media, and at media, under media you can see certificates, and under certificates you can see CSV files and templates. So anytime we create a new certificate for a user, it's being saved here. One is a sample is sent to the user via email. Okay, so we also have our database here. When there's our database, so this table here is showing us all the events that we have. This database table is showing us all the events that we have here, all the certificates we've issued since the app started running. So as you can see, we have LOLO, Aka1, Akala, Python, Django, and it's giving us the dates also and where we can find the files and all that. That's what it's doing here. We also have the certificate participant here. So here it's giving us the emails of all our users that we've issued certificate to them. So yeah, that's about this app. Thank you.